Our family is just weeks away from wrapping up visits to all 7 continents this year, and today we're checking out of our London rental and trekking north to the Scottish Highlands. But instead of flying or driving to the home of the elusive Loch Ness Monster, we're getting there by rail and we're sleeping most of the way for our first overnight sleeper train experience.
We're gonna start by showing you where we've been staying in London. We got a VRBO, or Verbo as they call it. Now the location I think is fantastic because we're staying pretty much on the edge of Chinatown and Soho, right with all the action of Piccadilly Circus. So we've had a great time walking around to a lot of the sites. Colt's been the ultimate tourist since we've been here. This actual place has some hits or misses. We're starting off in the back of the apartment. This is the living room, the kitchen, the dining room. So they have a table here, a setting for 4, and this is actually where Colt's been sleeping. They said that they had extra linens and somebody can sleep on the couch, but we couldn't find any extra linens in the apartment. But let me show you some good stuff. A really good thing about this place is that they have a laundry machine. Oh, but I can't get this door open, it's not a thing. This looks like it's a washer and dryer in one. Now this is our very first day on this trip, so we haven't had to do any laundry, but if you happen to need it, it's here for you. And this kitchen is nice. It seems new. A lot of the finishes and the decor seems like it's fairly recently renovated. But the kitchen, built-in cabinets and refrigerator, and you've got the coffee machine. Although we haven't used the coffee machine, we have had so many options of restaurants and coffee shops and bakeries that are right out the door. And we also have a microwave, a little sink, and the kids went out and got some eggs our first day, and they've made some breakfast here too. We have mine and Phil's bedroom. Now there are only 2 bedrooms here, but they all have TVs in them, including the living room where Colt was staying. And there's a linear closet in each. We have the only ensuite. So this is the attached bathroom. We have a king-size bed, but we didn't get much great sleep when we were here because last night especially there was like glass sorting or something right outside our window at like 1 a.m. That's out of the home's control, but we are on a main street right here. So that's city life for you. Let me show you Brooklyn's bedroom. So this is her room, also the king-size bed and the linear closet and her TV that she's currently watching. And right across the hallway is the second bathroom that the kids have been sharing. It is 11 a.m., which is checkout time, and the housekeeping is knocking at the door, so we've got to get out of here.
Well, since we have plenty of time before our train ride, we're just walking around and seeing all of the typical sights and everything within central London. The National Gallery, Big Ben.
Cole learned recently that Big Ben isn't the actual tower. That's what they named the chime, the sound that it gives when the clock strikes on the hour. It's actually named after somebody else, and that whole big building there, that's Parliament.
And right across from that is Westminster Abbey, which is the church built in the 1200s, by the way, like 800 years old-ish. It's where Prince William and Princess Kate got married, and it's also where Queen Elizabeth II married Prince Philip.
The London Eye over there.
Right next to the London Eye is the Sea Life London Aquarium, and it's massive and beautiful. But it's also chilly out here, so Brooklyn is gonna go inside and get a little hot chocolate.
And at the very end of St. James Park, it's the very one and only Buckingham Palace. Now make sure you don't say Buckingham, it's Buckingham Palace. And that is the ultimate tourist attraction here in London, in my opinion. We've walked by about as many sites as we can in London before we are heading to the train station. So we will see you at the station.
Hey, we can't come all the way to London and not take one of the famous London taxi cabs. I'm fascinated by these things. They seem so efficient, so beautifully designed, and it is so cool that they are all basically identical in terms of the car itself, just different colors. So we just have to flag one down. I think, do I just throw them right back here?
Oh, how fun. It's like a limousine.
And you know what the amazing part is?
What?
If we crash into a Cybertruck, then I'll just fall into the people, so I won't die.
Brooklyn's still on US time. She is ready to zonk out. But we have 6 seats in here, 3 that are backwards, 3 facing forward. So we just put our luggage in the car with us, and they're taking up the 2 seats worth of space.
Yep.
All right, great. Thank you. We're at Euston London Station. It's pronounced Euston, and it's spelled E-U-S-T-O-N.
Platform 17 for the 1832 Southampton service.
We're pretty much trying to figure it out as we go, but we are platform 1, and we're looking for the lounge. We're using Caledonian sleeper trains. So I think let's go in here. Yeah, it's a very, very crowded station. Since we're platform 1, it should be easy to find at the beginning, but there are 16 total platforms.
Palmer and Lewis, also Hove, and stations to Worthing to change and right.
I got some cheddar and onion Kailash chips.
Ooh, cheddar. Like mother, like son. So these snacks and the drinks are complimentary, and then once we're on the train, we would have to pay for our dinner. I think you can also order and have dinner here, but what's the fun in that? I didn't even know that there was a lounge until a couple hours ago. They sent me a text message. But we could order some food here, but they say that the menu on the train is the same but more extensive. So we're gonna wait. We're gonna see what the car is like and have that experience.
Now breakfast is a little bit different. We're gonna have cards in our room apparently, and we can mark down what we wanna have for breakfast, and then we turn those in, and then we'll schedule our breakfast probably like 6 or 7 a.m. depending on what the jet lag situation is. In the meantime, if we wanted to use the bathroom or take a shower, even though we have a shower apparently in our rooms on the train, you could do it here. I'm not sure if everybody has a shower or a bathroom in their sleeper, so maybe that's why. Or maybe you just want to freshen up before you get on, but they have unisex bathrooms, unisex showers around the corner here. I just checked them out. They're not fancy, but they are new, they're nice, and they're very clean. We're about to board, but before we do, I just want to point out, as a family that's always jetting around the globe pretty much non-stop, obviously luggage is one of the most important pieces of gear that we have. And Level 8 is the first and only luggage company that has really checked off virtually everything on our list of desired features. The Voyager bag that we're using today comes in 3 different sizes. Now, we have the 20-inch and the 30-inch. These bags have some really great exterior features. First of all, probably the best TSA combination lock that we've used on any bag. Number 2, it's got these great 306-degree super smooth quiet spinner wheels. And number 3, the German-made polycarbonate construction. A very good-looking bag. But I think that the biggest differentiator is going to be this full width handle. Yes, it's cool looking. Yes, it's a little bit easier to grab onto as you're moving it around airports and such. But the real value of this full width comes on the interior. One of my biggest pet peeves with traditional suitcases is that when you're packing your things, you're gonna have these long channels from the narrow handles that all of those bags seem to have. I end up packing the channels in between with my socks and underwear just to create a bit of a flat surface for everything else. With the wide handle on Level 8 bags, you don't have that problem. You've got a nice smooth surface from corner to corner. The other great thing about the interior on these bags is that on both sides you have big zippered compartments. It keeps all of your belongings nice and secure. And on one side you have the additional smaller zippered compartments, one of which is great for your still damp swimsuits or anything that might leak, and the other one's good for smaller items or flatter items that you don't want to have floating around in the bag otherwise. Now Black Friday is coming up, and if you use promo code PREBF20 through the end of November, you can take 20% off site-wide. And after November, you can always use our code CHANGING10 to save 10% on anything on the site. Be sure to look into the sets like we use for the biggest savings. Let's board.
I'm so excited! We've done trains before, but this is our first overnight sleeper train. I have always wanted to sleep on a train. I've gotten mixed reviews of it, and some people have said that they sleep like a baby. They sleep so well, and then other people have said that it's hard to sleep on a train. So we'll find out.
There's the dining car. Check that out in just a little bit. We're gonna 5 and 6.
The pathway is really narrow. Oh wow. you have to go sideways. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on, I don't know which one you guys
Yeah. Go ahead, babe. Sorry.
Here we go. So this is the ensuite. Now we booked the family club suite, which is really the 2 rooms, but one of us, our room, has a shower toilet and the sink here. So our biggest challenge is gonna be, where do we put our luggage?
What's under this bed?
He's so smart. See, we're like so tight in here that I can't even like bend over to look down. All right.
Okay, do you want the top or the bottom bunk, babe?
I really don't care.
Really? Okay. We'll figure it out later, I guess. Maybe this is easier said than done. That one barely fits under there, and that's the small one. The ladder does not come off. Well, we have the kids' room too, so we can put one of them over there. You basically just need to get one in here somehow. It is not made for full-size luggage, though, I'll say that.
I think our plan might be to put one of the bags in the bathroom here. Because honestly, we don't plan on showering. It is a toilet also.
We have room to pee?
Yeah.
All right, we switched sides, and I think what we're gonna have to do is just put these up on the top bunk for now. Easier said than done.
Oh, that's gonna be so heavy.
Why, this is yours?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. So that at least allows us to come in here and get a few things done and give you a tour. Very interesting setup. So the toilet is completely covered by a bench, and you have to lift it up when you have to use it. Otherwise, you could sit on it. If you were short, you could stand on it. And it's a pretty good shower setup. It's got the little bottles of soap and shampoo, conditioning shampoo. And I'm assuming this is a big bag of towels. Yes, it is. There seems to be a pull-out something here. No, it's totally missing. You can see the rails in there. There's supposed to be something that pulls out. I bet it's like a little table.
Oh, so you can eat in your car.
Except there's no chairs. You'd have to sit on the bed, but maybe it's so you can sit some things down on it at least. Otherwise, just a little sink, little trash receptacle, more towels, and maybe enough room for us to put the small suitcase right here, actually. Our window. Oh yeah, that'll be fun once we can see something more interesting than the tunnel. Hope that's a blackout shade too. Got some hangers right back here so we can hang up a few clothes if we need to. We're not going to need to use that. The bottom bunk has a few other things. Right here we have power plugs. Luckily I brought our adapters. I'm going to need to take some of those over for the kids so they can charge while they sleep too. A window light button. Ah, that's important. And then a host call button so we can push that if we need the host attendant to come visit us. Looks like they've given us a couple of water bottles down here, and then another charger and light panel on the other side, and there's a knob which I think maybe allows you to change the temperature in here.
And the entire back of the door is one big mirror. We have a few things laid out on the bed for us. We have 4 breakfast cards here. So so we fill this out and then we put it on the door handle on the outside, and we get to select our breakfast. We got to put our room number and everything, and drinks, and then we let them know what time we want to have breakfast and where we want to have breakfast. We could do it in room, which is where there probably was. What?
I don't want to.
I don't want to either. But I think that's what that was meant to be, was you can eat in the room. Or you could go to the club car, the dining car, which I really want to do as well. Our server in the lounge we were just at gave us some advice, and he says that the views in the morning are gorgeous, and so we should get up early enough and have breakfast so we can see the sunrise. Love that idea. I also would like to check out the dining car tonight because I'm starving. Oh, but let's go over this other stuff first. Mama doesn't get to eat yet. And this is an in-room dining menu. You can order drinks, snacks, light bites, like alcohol drinks as well. And most of them have a price associated with it because breakfast is the only thing that is included. Which makes it probably a good time to tell you the total cost for this experience for all four of us was a little over $1,000. I think it was like $258 per person to do the train ride. They've also left us some granola bars on our bed. So we've got orange milk chocolate and mint dark chocolate and traditional milk chocolate. And last but not least on the bed for us is looks like an eye mask, new and earplugs. Oh, I didn't even think about that. I wonder if it's gonna be loud on the train. Since Brooklyn is so tired, she has already climbed up on the top bunk and started snoozing, and Colt is also really tired. So we are gonna say goodnight to them and go check out the dining car. Going to hang up our breakfast choices to the dining car. Only 2 cars over. What is this? Is this baggage storage? No, it's a bathroom. All right, we're discovering things as we're walking by. I thought maybe it was baggage storage. I got really excited, but it's a bathroom because some of the cabins don't have toilets attached with them. I think we press this button. I'm always so afraid that when you go between cars, it's gonna be open. I don't know why I think that. Too many movies, I guess. This room looks huge. Dining car. Look, there's room for us. And it's warm in here. I get to take off my coat.
This actually looks like an identical menu to the one that was in the lounge. I don't see anything extra. I'm kind of thinking about this McSween's Haggis, Neeps, and Tatties. But I have no idea what it is, so I'm definitely not going to get that without asking.
It sounds either very Scottish or very dirty.
Maybe it's both, but the specials board is available via QR code, so when you scan that, there actually are a couple of additional available seasonal things right now. A wild mushroom risotto, which sounds really good. And then this balmoral chicken with fondant potato and honey glazed carrots. I think I'm going to get that. I felt like we were moving for a second.
I'm going with the other special, the wild mushroom risotto. But now we're moving and we're ordering. Hello, sir. I think we know what we want. I'm gonna do the wild mushroom risotto.
Could I please do, the special, the chicken, please.
You might be wondering about the Wi-Fi, and I didn't know in advance. I just knew everything's gonna be fine even if we didn't have it for 11 hours. No problem, probably a vacation. But they do have Wi-Fi on the train, and there's no password required, and the bars are meh. So at least it's not nothing.
It's great. it's substantially bumpier than I expected. Kind of surprised that everybody's glasses aren't tipping over, and I'm a little bit worried about this wine bottle right now. I feel like I need to hold it. I can't wait for tomorrow morning though, when you can actually see outside and enjoy the view. It's a little bit disappointing that it's already pitch dark. You can't see much of anything, just a few lights here and there.
Pleasantly surprised to see fresh greens on top, and the mushrooms do not seem like they were freeze-dried, like, you know, some airplane food mushrooms, and it's nice and warm. Totally warming me up. I take that back. Those mushrooms totally were freeze-dried and recooked. You can tell the way you chew them, but it's really, really cheesy. It's actually pretty good risotto. It's not bad. The mushrooms, I wish were fresh. But what can you do? You're on a train. Phil and I have been debating if Scotland counts as its own country, or if we've been to just one, the UK, or if we've been to England, a new country, and Scotland will be another new country for us.
Yeah, so I looked this up because I'm the one who tracks all of the countries that we've been to. And if we do consider them separate countries, then technically England would be number 27 for us, and then Scotland's going to be number 28. Now I know the UK is indeed a country, it's a sovereign nation, but I've seen England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland referred to as constituent countries, so I don't know if we should be counting that in the number of countries that we have on our list, or if it's just the UK that counts as one.
I would love to count it as separate countries, so we have those two more for this trip. But you let us know in the comments what you think, if we should count Scotland as another new country or not. I am so tired. I don't blame the kids for falling asleep so early. We got terrible, terrible sleep in that Verbo that we were just in London. So we're gonna actually take some PMs to help us sleep and make sure that we sleep through the night, just to be sure, because we're just like running on empty at this point. So let's get back to our cabin.
Which one of us has wine?
You did. The challenge is gonna be getting into all of our stuff. Okay, because I definitely need toothbrush and pajamas. I'm gonna put my little jacket on the hanger because I'm wearing it tomorrow as well.
Okay, it's time to get serious. By the way, I was in the kids' room and I figured out the ladder situation. So if you pull the bottom out, then it pops right out there. So that'll allow us to get probably one of the suitcases under there, and then the other one we can just leave standing up and it'll be fine. But for now, we're gonna have to open both of these up so that we can get out our toiletry bags. We'll get Aaron's first. Yes, Aaron got the level 8 this time. Aaron always gets the new luggage.
Well, I'm sharing it with the kids, so this is really me and Colt, and then the little one is just Brooklyn. Well, I have these really nifty packing cubes that were a gift, so I wish I could tell you exactly where we got them, but I can't. But they're so handy because they have our names on them, so I know Colt's clothes and my clothes because of the packing cubes. I'm just gonna take this whole thing out. I'm gonna need these in the morning. And then I need pajamas. Pretty, pretty pajamas.
Make sure you open it the right way. This one doesn't have a zipper compartment over here, and this is the side that I need to get into. I tend to carry a big one just for myself, and the reason for that is because of the equipment that I have to take. You can see here that I have a large sling, a medium sling, a small sling, an electronics bag, and my toiletry bag. And I think all I need tonight is, no, I take that back. Toiletry bag, and then I need to get travel power adapters because we are in the UK, not the US. A lot of other weird stuff in here. You guys can have fun trying to guess what you think you saw. See if this will fit down here.
Just jump on it.
No way, it's got computer equipment. Okay.
So it's just not gonna happen.
I think we're just gonna have to create a fire hazard and put it in front of the door.
I'm gonna change into my pretty, pretty PJs. Ta-da! Woohoo! It's fun up here. Okay. I feel like a child at camp. So this is it's tucked in really tightly.
I wonder how Brooklyn got under there.
Seriously. Okay, here we go. Seriously, get this guy out from under here. Yeah. Yeah. Here we go. Now, I cannot wait to see you in the morning because I cannot wait to see the Scottish views outside. But I am so pooped. Good night. Oh my God, I'm asleep already. Well, good morning. It is about 6:35 and we have breakfast at 6:45. So let's go wake up the kids and see how they slept. Oh, they're both up. Alright, you can get your shoes. Slip them on. Okay, let's go. Okay, this way, honey. So cold. We're having breakfast a little early for the sunrise, but I'm sure it's not too far behind. Now, sleeping last night was not as sound as I expected. I like the vibration. It does help lull to sleep, but it wasn't too loud. It was just maybe the mattresses are a little thin.
And coffee-wise, what would you like? Espresso, macchiato?
I think it goes beyond vibration. It was just very bumpy, and the temperature situation was a little all over the place. I woke up in the middle of the night, and it was really hot, so I tried turning the thing down. And then when we woke up, actually this morning, it was pretty cold in there, and it didn't seem like that knob was connected to anything or doing anything at all. So who knows? But it wasn't the worst night of sleep I've had, but I would say I was awake as much as I was asleep.
And I think that the beds are so narrow. Oh, blueberry pancakes. So this is what we selected for the kids. They got blueberry pancakes. Thank you. It's actually over here. Yes.
Thank you.
So how did you sleep, honey? Good. Yeah. Sound.
How about you, bud? Would you say you got much sleep at all last night?
No, I actually got a ton of sleep. I fell asleep at like 10 o'clock and I woke up at like 6 o'clock. So I got a good 8 hours of sleep.
Nice. We didn't get quite as many hours as that, but happy they did. If you had to choose between you sleeping or your kids sleeping, always want the kids to sleep more. The kids got the same thing. They got the blueberry pancakes, and instead of syrup, there's that blueberry compote. And looks like Colt's shoving his blueberries to the side. What a weirdo. For Phil and I, we got the egg and bacon souffle. So it's like little mini quiches, but it looks fantastic.
I'm having some green tea this morning, which I guess is kind of unusual for England, or I should say Scotland now. But I'm having gunpowder green Chinese green tea. I'm enjoying watching the sun just start to come up over the trees or mountains. I can't quite tell what it is yet.
So the eggs are just meh. How about the pancakes, buddy?
Yeah, the pancakes are pretty good.
So you can tell, Colt, that it's starting to get light out. I mean, it won't be long until it's like lighter and lighter, and then we can really see the Scotland countryside.
It's like we're in Africa.
Well, it kind of does. It looks like we're in a forest. You can tell there's tons of trees next to us, but that's about all you can tell. Sun's coming up a little more, so we get to see a bit more of the countryside. It's got those thin clouds over the hills in the distance. Oh my gosh, I can't wait for the light to really be shining on it. But we have about an hour and a half until we arrive, and we have to get off the train. So we're gonna go back, get organized, brush our teeth again, get the kids to brush their teeth again, and get ready to check out Inverness. There we go.
Well, we're still there, she is.
Okay. I was so worried. We told Cole it was okay to get off, and then we were stuck in the skinny hallways with our bags, and I thought the train was gonna take off without us, and he was gonna be stuck in Inverness by himself.
You smell the brakes?
Yeah, we can smell the brakes. It smells like burnt metal, but I guess we had a little more time than they made us realize. Now, according to Google Maps, we have a 5-minute walk to our Verbo, our next Verbo that we're staying at. And since it's super early in the morning, I have no idea. Probably not gonna be able to check in yet, but fingers crossed, I hope we can, because it would be so nice to not have to worry about our luggage. But this town is actually fairly small from what I've seen in research so far. I mean, it's the only train station and 5-minute walk. We're in the middle of town, so not a whole lot to it, size-wise.
Well, Brooklyn, 12 hours on a train versus 12 hours on a plane. Which would you prefer?
A train.
Train, you like better?
Yeah. We're staying at the Waverly Inn Apartments, and I'm hoping that there's staff there so we can leave our bags at the very least. And it's on Fraser Street. I'm a big Outlander fan, so I'm so happy to see Fraser. No elevator, so Phil's gonna be the strong arm. I'm gonna take the camera. I just spoke to somebody maybe in housekeeping. They have a reception, but it's another 2-minute walk from here.
So I'm carrying the bags down again?
Yep.
Okay, babe.
Oh, I can't take it up all day.
At least the stairs are wider. It makes it so much easier.
They're letting us store our bags until we check in, which is a score. So we get to check out the town a little bit and find a spot for lunch.
The name Inverness comes from the Scottish Gaelic name Innernish, which means mouth of the River Ness. The history of the city starts in the 6th century when they believe settlers first occupied this region, and it's the most northerly city in the entire UK. But since official city status in the UK has to be granted by the monarch, Inverness wasn't officially a city until the year 2000 when it was granted that status by the Queen as part of the Millennium celebrations. It's only 8 square miles or about 21 square kilometers and is only home to about 46,000 residents with an economy that relies heavily on silly tourists like us.
Yeah. There we go. And now we get to check out our apartment. Oh, already looks pretty spacious. There's a living room in the kitchen. I thought this was gonna be a bedroom. It's the first door when you walk in the hall. Look, there's the Wi-Fi and password right there. I have to say this check-in process was much smoother than the last one. But yeah, we're only here for one night. We're not gonna be using the kitchen much, but they do have a sink, a little oven, stovetop, and a microwave. And then the dining TV for this little couch here. So yeah, this is the living area, also called bedroom.
What's the next one?
The next one is this door right here is the bathroom. The kids can share this bathroom. Yes, lovely. And the shower, we all need a shower after that train ride.
One thing I'm fascinated by here in the UK is how they tend to put the light switches for the bathrooms on the wall outside of the bathroom door. Now in a situation like this, it's not a very big deal because you just flip on the light switch, you go inside. But I've noticed that when you have an ensuite for a bedroom and there are 2 of you sleeping in that bedroom, you have to get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. You basically have to shine a light in your partner's face just to go into the bathroom. When you flip on the light and then try to shut the door behind you real quick before you wake somebody up.
And that is especially difficult for Phil because I get up like, what, 4 or 5 times during the night to pee? 5.
And this is my bedroom. So my bed, I have a radiant heater, a window, and two nightstands. And a painting of some big city.
Last room, mine and Phil's room, is right down this hallway. And it looks like we have a queen bed.
I think it's
A
the same as
double?
Brooklyn's, and it might be a full double.
Do you realize whenever we do these and I'm like, that looks like a king, and Phil's like, nope, it's a queen, or I say, that looks like a queen, and he's like, nope, it's a king, I'm always wrong. But it's a bed, and Phil and I are both gonna sleep here, and we like to cuddle, so that's all good. But we have the only ensuite in this room over here. So we have our own shower, and then toilet and sink. And like I said, we're here for one night, and we're paying $183 for this one night. And I think that is the only benefit I can find for doing a Vrbo. It's not that you're saving that much money, but you're getting more space for your money. So if we are getting 2 bedrooms in a really fancy schmancy hotel room, it's gonna be over the top expensive.
We're gonna unpack just enough to get us by for the night, and then we're gonna freshen up, and we'll head outside, show you what this place looks like when the sun is going down. Now, Inverness is the largest city and cultural capital of the Scottish Highlands. And the River Ness right in front of us is pretty fascinating. To the north, just here, it opens up to the Moray Firth, and beyond that, the North Sea. But if we were to jump on a boat and head just about a half an hour south along the river, we would arrive in the legendary Loch Ness and its famous monster. We actually considered going down there and filming a little bit today, but since it was highly unlikely that the famous Nessie would even make an appearance, we figured that kind of footage would be kind of anticlimactic. But we're actually hungry for a very early dinner right now, and we found a great place just across the street from our apartment. This place is called the Mustard Seed.
The water looks so blue from this angle. Really pretty spot on the river. I love the atmosphere in here. It is cozy and cute and charming, and it is just like what we needed to warm up today. I've been craving soup, and they've got that on the menu. They actually have a 2-course menu for early evening that we're gonna take advantage of.
I think Brooklyn and Colt are gonna share their 2 courses, and they're gonna get the gnocchi to go with the soup. And I'm gonna do the same thing, the soup, but I'm gonna get the steak to go with it. It's a seared 28-day aged rump steak.
Actually, I'm getting the gnocchi. The kids are getting a steak just like you, Phil. Hitting the spot. I don't think I told you that it's broccoli soup. So it's perfect for fall. Now, I wish that we could come up here and had more time to spend in Inverness. Just one night is not really gonna cut it. We just get a little bit of a lay of the land and a feeling for this town, and it's charming. So much culture here. And if we were staying longer, we would head and see Nessie at Loch Ness, and we would do a Culloden tour and some of the surrounding castles, like a lot of stuff to go out and see. But tomorrow we are heading to Edinburgh, and we are thoroughly going to explore that destination. But the reason why we did come up here is because we wanted the sleeper train experience, and we also wanted to hit more than one spot in Scotland, and so we chose between Edinburgh and Inverness, and Glasgow was the other one that we considered, but we just didn't have enough time to do all 3. It's beet gnocchi, ricotta and pistachio, and some microgreens on top. Colt,
Smells good.
stealing my food, like always.
Whoa. Whoa. That's good.
Yeah? I hope I get to have some someday.
You definitely taste the beetroot though.
Excellent choice.
I got the same cut of steak that the kids have. Mine's just prepared differently. Instead of the fries, I got these roasted vegetables, and it has a peppercorn sauce on top. It's very good. But that's gonna do it for this episode. We're actually gonna try to catch up on that really bad night of sleep that we had last night with a very early and good night of sleep tonight. Tomorrow morning, we have another train trip ahead of us so that we can get down to Edinburgh. It's gonna be a much different kind. No sleepers on this one, and it's gonna be a very fast train. What took us about 12 hours to get up here last night it's gonna be more like a 4-hour journey tomorrow on a much faster train. And we've got a lot of fun stuff planned in Edinburgh, so please make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that episode, and we'll see you there. And this is where Prince William and Prince Kate got married. It's also where Queen Elizabeth II married Prince Philip.
Pretty sure you said Prince William, Prince Kate.
Princess Kate.
I'm like, oh, why is there a closet here?
Why is there?
Why is there? Yeah.